Alright, welcome back. Okay, so today we're going to work more on opening up the hips. If you started stepping up or sitting down and putting your foot up on a block, you're starting to open up the hip flexors and the psoas. Alright, keep your core engaged while you're doing this very small step, but you're working the core and you're getting the hips moving. Alright, we're just kind of warming up a little bit before we get into our stretching. Okay, so I'm going to turn the chair to the side so you guys can see. So we're just warming up, and I want you to lift up to the chair and lower. So lift up and lower. You can see sometimes when you first start, maybe you don't lift your leg up high. Maybe you can just work on lifting your leg up to touch the chair. That's okay too. Alright, and you want to keep doing that for a couple of days or until you can step up. Now, when you step up, look down on your foot and see how this one is. You want to make sure that it's straight. Straight to the chair, not turned out, not turned in. And the one on the chair also needs to be straight. Okay, so when you get onto the chair, from here you're just going to lean forward. You can use the back of the chair for support, and you're going to just come forward and back. Keep the legs engaged, squeeze that core, and squeeze the glutes, and that's going to keep you from going out of alignment of how far you're able to move. Alright, so you might just be up here holding, if you can't move yet. Stretching back and forth. You're going to feel that in the lower back, you're going to feel it in the psoas, your hip flexor, the glute. And if you're squeezing your abdominals, you're going to feel it in the abdominal region. Alright, different ways you can hold on to the chair. Obviously, if you're going to use your thumbs, you might cause injury to your thumbs. So pay attention, be mindful about how you're holding on to the chair. Are your shoulders down and back? Is your core engaged? Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Again, wrap yourself in that healing light, and we're going to work through the chakras here. So we're going to spin the chakras. So turn to the counterclockwise first today, and we will start with the crown chakra. And your standing leg is getting a workout too because it's holding all your weight. And then we're going to drop down to between your eyebrows, the third eye. Again, go your own pace here. And move nice and slow through these. And it might be a very small movement for you. And you're going to turn the chakras counterclockwise now. And then we're going to drop down to the throat. Now, as you drop down to the throat, we're going to drop the hands down to the seat of the chair. And just going to bend the knees so it's taking an even smaller range of motion here. Because you can only bring your knee up to your chest and back down. Alright, let's look down at our hands. Your arms have a tendency to turn to the front. And you want to make sure that they're turned with the inner part facing the legs. Okay? That's for my energy on your wrist. Now if your wrists are sore, again, you can bring your feet, your hands onto the chair and put more weight on the palms so that you're not agitating your wrists. You can also put a little towel underneath, just lay it on the chair and just to lift your hands up a little bit to get the weight off from your wrist. Okay, we're dropping that energy down to the heart now. And it's a green light. And down to your solar plexus and it turns yellow. Reverse the color. Down to your sacral in this orange. You're going to really feel your lower back here start to open up as you open up the hamstrings and the hips. Switch the direction. And then we're going to put the foot down on the floor. And we're just going to lean forward and breathe into the root chakra. Keep the core engaged. Again, you can bend the knees here. Bend and straighten the knees. Make sure your shoulders are pressed down and back. And then put your hands on the chair and we're going to go maybe back up to the top. Or put your hands on your hips and you're going to bring your right foot up now. Alright, lean forward and we're going to do the same thing. This time though, we're going to work from the bottom up. So we're going to start at the root. And you decide which way you're spinning your chakras. You're doing 3 breaths each direction. And then up to your sacral. Sorry, yeah, sacral. 2. Orange. 3. You really feel that hip starting to open up a bit. Then up to your solar plexus and the yellow. Then drop the hands to the lower part of the chair. Up to your heart chakra. Into your throat. sure your shoulders are pressed down and back. And up to the third eye. So it's a very small movement. You're just moving your hips. And you're opening up your spine, lower back, hip flexors, up to the third eye now. And then back up to the crown. And I'm going to bring my hands up to the back of the seat. And we're just going to lean forward here. Shoulders down and back. Really align yourself and just hold this. Make sure the heel is on the chair flat. And then back out. And we'll do the same on the other side. Just stretching out that hip flexor. And you're strengthening your legs by doing this. Okay? And slowly come back. Put your hands on the bottom of the chair and bring the foot down. And that's today's workout. Good job, everybody. You're slowly opening up your hips. Next program, we're going to drop down to the floor and we're going to start doing some hip rotations. Let's see. You'll need a yoga strap for the next lesson. And we're going to start opening up the hips. So I'll see you back tomorrow for our next workout.